Hi there everyone. My name is Paul, and welcome back to the Craft Majestic channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you my process of building a diorama for the Halo Infinite UNSC Platoon pack from Mattel's Mega Constructs line. I picked this up on clearance sale way back in December, and I've been eagerly waiting for the right time to use it. I figured now is the perfect moment. As always, after carefully inspecting the contents, which include 5 UNSC Marines and an awesome-looking Spartan with Mark 7 armor, I set them aside and began working on the diorama. To start off, I used a 12 by 12 corkboard as a base for the project and sealed the cork by applying Mod Podge to prevent moisture from seeping in. For this particular scene, I wanted to build the remains of a destroyed or decayed building, something I believe is best suited for this set. I then began carving blocks of styrofoam to act as concrete walls. I chipped and ripped away at the foam to create a more natural and rugged look for the walls. To add more detail, I used several parts of the frame of a broken picture holder and attached several cut pieces of flex wire to act as exposed metal. Once I was satisfied with the appearance, I glued all the materials together and gave it some time to dry. Using a mix of plaster, water, and sand, I worked on laying down the ground terrain. Before I set it aside to dry, I used leftover homemade molds from my previous project to add broken down pieces of rocks to different areas of the terrain. After about 2 days of dry time, this is the result. I noticed some very obvious cracks on the ground, which were not what I expected, but I realized they would make the diorama more interesting. Continuing with the details, I added real mini pebbles as small rocks, sprinkling them at different areas of the base and the lower part of the walls where they would naturally fall, as well as sand roughly around the edges. Now for the paint. I covered the entire terrain using water-diluted black paint. After allowing it to cure, I followed it up with brown and then burnt colors to cover some parts of the ground. To add a bit of life, I started by laying down a thick layer of clear PVA glue and added dead grass to a small corner of the ground to prevent it from looking too monotonous. Using white paint, I applied dry brushing techniques to highlight the raised details. Once I'm satisfied with how everything looks, it's time to place the figures in the diorama, and it's also the right time to call it a day. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. But before I end this video, I would like to share with you a short story inspired by finishing the game Halo Reach, which is also the reason why I created this diorama. I'd like to add that this is also part 2 of a video series that I started months ago, which you can check in the link I provided in the description as well as the comments section. If you have any suggestions to improve this project or would like to see a specific type of terrain in the future, feel free to share in the comments section below. Now let's begin with the story. As the moon cast haunting shadows on the crumbling ruins, my platoon found ourselves trapped, surrounded by relentless Covenant forces. The night echoed, with the thunder of gunfire, and the searing blaze of plasma weapons. Hour after hour, we fought with unwavering determination, holding our ground with every ounce of strength. The structure offered little shelter, but we clung to it like a lifeline. Exhaustion gnawed at us, and our ammunition ran dangerously low. Yet, the Covenant onslaught showed no signs of relenting. It felt like an eternity. The night stretching on endlessly, with no end in sight. As dawn approached, hope wavered. Our pleas for reinforcements were met with eerie silence. Desperation weighed heavy in our hearts, and we wondered if we'd ever see the sun rise again. But just as despair threatened to consume us, a faint signal crackled through the comms. A glimmer of hope emerged, as distant echoes of friendly forces reaching out for us reached our ears. Yet with the Covenant tightening their grip, escape seemed impossible. The fate of our platoon hung in the balance. And as we braced for the final onslaught, we knew that the battle was far from over. Okay, everyone. That's it for now. Do not forget to press the like button and subscribe if you have not done so. Thank you for your time and thank you for stopping by as well also, and I'll see you all in the next video.